Hello, everyone. This is Adam Meister, the Bitcoin Meister, the Disrupt Meister. Welcome to the One Bitcoin Show. Today is September the 10th, 2019. Strong hand, be a unique beast, value your wealth in Bitcoin, having hype. One Bitcoin equals one Bitcoin offended by selling. 5-digit realm, your home for Bitcoin insider information. Hello, my elite friends. You can see that I'm wearing a new shirt that I got today at the event that I spoke at, the DD&D event here in Tel Aviv, Blockchain Week. It's still going on. We're going to talk about who was there in a little bit and links to, if you're in town, it's still going on. It's great, lots of fun. And hey, yet another shirt for the rotation, right? So remember, follow me on Twitter at TechBalt, TechBalt. I've tweeted out stuff about the event when I was at the event, actually. I had my laptop with me, and Udi came up to me. He's like, "You still own a laptop?" I'm like, This is where the magic happens, man. This is he was surprised. He was surprised, but he got it. So I said, I'm living a life, man. I'm saving. I save. I don't spend my Bitcoin. I just use what I have here. So RegTech, regulation technology, that's short for, I guess. That's a term I learned today. Now, it's a term that's been floating around for about a year or so, or maybe more than that. And the reason I don't know about it is because I don't really care about regulation very much, and I'm not into Ripple type of innovations. But Jameson Lopp, during his talk, which was a good one, he mentioned RegTech, and I was inspired. I looked it up. The main functions of RegTech include regulatory monitoring, reporting, and compliance. Oh, so you're creating technology that makes it easy for those three things. Very nice. To be compliant, for reporting, for regulatory monitoring. Great, just make your money off the government, I guess. Hey, this is where the big boys play. You could do that if you want to do that. Some people really value their wealth in dollars. They want to get paid a lot of dollars by any means necessary. Work for the government, make compliant coins. And Jameson didn't get into the compliance very. I mean, he was talking about DeFi, and his definition of DeFi was defiance. And let's just focus on what Bitcoin is in terms of defiance. Bitcoin is defiance, while Ripple is compliance. That's what I got from all this, okay? And there are a lot of, I'm not picking on Ripple here. There are a lot of other coins that want to be compliant, that want to be KYC coins. A lot of people want to make KYC innovations. Okay, they want to make compliant. They want to make compliant innovations. That's their prerogative. I like to be in the Bitcoin overlay because we're defying the traditional paradigm, okay, of fitting in and being compliant. Because no one can stop. Bitcoin cannot be stopped. It is defiance personified, although it's not a person. It's defiance in the flesh, although it doesn't have a physical flesh. You get the point. Defiance versus compliance. Hey, maybe that'll be a new saying of mine. I don't know. But inspirational stuff today, Jameson Lopp. And I linked to the various definitions of lovely RegTech. Oh, hey, but people are free to do what they want to do in this world. That's their thing. And people are free to get into Bitcoin also, into the overlay. So let's talk about some mainstreaming news here. If anyone still watches CNN, I obviously don't have cable, or I occasionally check CNN.com and you get different perspectives and stuff. But they've got something called Crypto Crazy Week over at their show called First Move. Does anyone watch that? I mean, if people watch that, if people are really watching First Move, which is a money show, a finance show on CNN, This week, they are talking about cryptocurrency. It is crypto crazy week. I say that's great. They have the crypto crazy hashtag. I'll use that hashtag to promote this very video so people can get some insider information on Bitcoin. They're not going to get some, in 5-minute sound bites or 2-minute sound bites, whatever crypto crazy is going to be about. They already have their second show where they're doing crypto crazy mentions. I link to it below. I try to put a positive spin on everything, frame it in a positive way. They're going to wake up some CNN type people to Bitcoin, and maybe they will no longer be CNN type people. But at the very least, maybe they'll just buy Bitcoin. And I think mainstreaming is going to happen. I thought it was interesting. They're using crypto crazy hashtag. I thought that was pretty funny. Stellar has a gimmick. Ooh, and Nick Carter commented on this gimmick. Now, I got to give Stellar credit. And speaking of compliant, aren't they a compliant coin too? I mean, aren't they just like Ripple? I don't know. Check out the Tour de Meester video that I linked to below. It's part of my new series of videos that's going to come out occasionally. The Bitcoin focus videos. He actually mentions Stellar back in the day, and now Stellar is back in the news because they're giving away how many is this? How many Stellar are they giving away? Is it 2 billion of them? Yeah, 2 billion Stellar airdrop. Now, this is if you sign up for some product. I don't even know the whole darn thing. I don't care. It's something I'm not gonna do. But what the interesting part behind this? It's marketing. They had a press release. They clearly sent to CoinDesk and a bunch of other publications saying that they were giving away $120 million worth of Stellar. Now, Nick Carter correctly points out that the coins are being released over the next 20 months, vesting monthly over a linear basis. You cannot claim they will, in their totality, be worth $120 million because you do not know the price in 20 months. He's absolutely right about that. But they knew to say $120 million, it's going to get them press, and the press blindly reprinted it because they are not worth 120. You don't know how much they're worth. 2 billion Stellar. If you value your wealth in Stellar, and I don't know anyone on this planet that does. And by the way, when I was on stage with Udi and Yanni today, and we were talking about Ripple, I said I have never met anyone that actually likes Ripple because that's a Ripple fan. Because Udi was mentioning they have this big following on Twitter, which is totally fake. But one person did raise their hand and say it said something about that they liked it or something. I mean, so there you go. I saw a real Ripple person in the flesh today. But going back to Stellar, and I questioned if they're real. Well, apparently there are real Stellar fans. I haven't met any. But it's a good gimmick on their part. If you could fool the CoinDesk type of media out there, and I met Lee today, a lady who writes for them, and she seemed like a nice lady. I think I'm going to meet Thursday night. I'll talk to her again. But and there was a presentation about the honesty of the media, and she seemed like she wanted to be very honest and do a lot of research. But this article was, and she was kind of ripping on some publications for republishing press releases. Well, her publication, she didn't write that article, but they didn't go deep into this. And this is why I rip into CoinDesk. It's a lot of fluffy stuff. This is a fluffy thing. They bought it hook, line, and sinker. But good for Stellar if you can get your promo that way, making it look like you've got this very Nick says, I mean, they're increasing the amount of Stellar on the market by 10% or something. Clearly, that's not going to increase its value, or it's not going to maintain its value. It's very inflationary right there on their part. But temporarily, who knows? This is a marketing ploy. It might pump it a little bit at first, but to worth 100. No, it's not worth 100. We do not know what it will be worth over the next 20 months during the various times that they're letting it out there. Dude, get Bitcoin. You don't want to be you want to be a bag holder for Stellar. Yeah, it's going to be worth more in 20 months. Sure it is. Okay. Again, check out the links below. All sorts of new videos, including the one about the NFL, which was a Bitcoin-focused video of mine. Here we go. And speaking of CoinDesk, here's an article of theirs. Speaking to reporters in Geneva, Switzerland, Sigal Mandelker, Undersecretary of Treasury for Terrorism and Financial Intelligence. Yes, we have such an undersecretary in the United States Treasury for terrorism and financial intelligence, said whether it's Bitcoin, Ethereum, Libra, our message is the same to all these companies. Anti-money laundering and combating the financing of terrorism has to be built into your design from the get-go. So very interesting. She calls them all companies. That Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Libra are companies, and they have to combat financial terrorism that has to be built into their design. Okay. Now, does she really get this? Did she make a mistake? Is Ethereum really a company in her mind? There's a lot you can take into this. Clearly, Libra is. Clearly, Libra is going to have to bow down and be compliant to the Treasury and the Undersecretary if this becomes official policy. Now, again, she is just part of the Treasury, and the Senate and the Congress and the President could change the prerogative of the Treasury. And make different laws and whatnot. But Bitcoin is not a company. Bitcoin will not be able to be compliant in this way. It's just, no, there's no compliance coming from Bitcoin on this. There are no choke points in Bitcoin, okay? Jameson was talking about choke points also. There are no choke points. Anyone can use it, okay? There's no piece of it that can get chopped off. And that this type of person cannot use it. If it's coming from this country, we're going to cut. No, that's not in Bitcoin. Otherwise, it's not a company. Now, Ethereum, you can do that. Apparently, I mean, since they have, we won't get into that aspect of it. Obviously, Libra can do that, but very interesting that she calls them all three of them companies. Our message is the same to all of these companies. Maybe she misspoke there. Who knows? Pound that like button. All right. Best guest in the space. A new show every day. Conviction. Bitcoin. A new shirt every day. Yesterday, I talked about negative 5% interest rates that will one day come to banks. And I thought about it a little bit more today. You're going to be paid to take out a mortgage, basically, in the future, in the next decade. Once rates really get below negative interest rates, once we get negative interest rates. So all sorts of people are going to be incentivized. No, now there's negative interest rates. I'm getting paid to get a house. That'll boost the price of houses. So if you already own a house, I guess your value of your house will go up. But of course, so all these people will flock into housing when they should be flocking into Bitcoin. But they'll be fooled. This is my chance to fit in. Oh, all those foolish people. And people will be also refinancing, I guess. And the banks will love it because it will seem like people are getting paid a little bit there because of the negative interest rates. But there'll be all sorts of There'll be all sorts of fees. The fees will probably go up. But you'll still be able to default on your freaking mortgage, okay? You're still going to be able to do that. So the banks are going to love to repossess those babies, okay? There'll be a lot more repossessions. Banks will do just fine when everyone starts getting excited about the negative interest rates, getting paid to get a house. Don't fall for it, people. Don't fall for that FOMO on housing. That will come. That will come because and the FOMO on refinancing. It's a way for the banks, and it's fine. This is where the big boys play. You have to understand what finance is all about. If you don't pay, just because it's a negative interest rate, if you still skip your payments, they're going to take that house back from you. They're going to take the collateral on that loan. All right. And another thing, we have people today. They are 72 years old, 75 years old. Are they the most tech-savvy people? Are they the most diversified? Do some of them just have regular savings accounts? Have some sold their stocks already in their 401ks, and they're just in the cash and in regular bank account? Yeah, there are plenty of people like that. Old ladies, whoever. And that's great. They have savings account. They're doing it the old-fashioned way. In 10 years, they're going to be 85 years old. And more of them are going to be alive than we're used to. And in 10 years, it's possible in the year 2029 that we will have negative 5% interest rates on savings accounts. And they're going to be 85. They will be stuck in this, okay? So for all of you people who think, oh, people are going to flock out of savings accounts eventually, certain people will be able to do that. Young people will be able to do that if they want to, if they're not lazy. Well, they probably don't have savings accounts in the first place. But for traditional savings account holders in 10 years, some of them are just going to be too old to move. They're going to be stuck in savings accounts. And so the banks are going to do great off of these future negative interest rates. And, watch yesterday's show when I talked about negative 5% interest rates. It's something that I never really thought about, and it's going to happen eventually. And hey, just prep yourself for it. Get into Bitcoin. That's your savings account. But there are no negative interest rates on it. You're not paying anyone to take care of your Bitcoin for you. You better not be, at least. You're not paying anyone to take care of your wealth, like so many 80-somethings will be in the 2020s. Oh well, hey dudes, if you're in your 70s now, you can still learn how to use Bitcoin. Don't get stuck as an 80-year-old in that system. So I did go to the Bitcoin Embassy tonight after hanging out all day at the DD&D event, which was a blast, meeting some really cool people, and it's flattering when people recognize you and stuff. It's cool. But so tonight at the embassy, Jimmy Song, Udi tells me, you come to the embassy, Jimmy Song is speaking there. And I've never met Jimmy in person. So I took a nap after, because I got up very early today. I took a little nap, and so I did not get to the Bitcoin Embassy at 7:30 tonight. By the time I got there, standing room only, people coming out the door. So I didn't really stick around that long because I couldn't get inside. I talked to some people outside, didn't get to say hi to Jimmy and everything. But hey, great turnout. So many people from out of town are in town for Blockchain Week. I linked to Blockchain Week below, so you can still come into town. I know Christian is coming into town tonight. TLVBW.com. It is linked to. It is still going on. Seems like everyone is got a big smile on their face that's come from out of town. Below, if you want to see what it looked like on stage today when Yanni and Udi and I were all on there, there is a tweet that I already retweeted, but it's linked to below. You guys should retweet it. It says retweet this. All right, guys. I'm Adam Meister, Bitcoin Meister, Disrupt Meister. Remember, subscribe to this channel, like this video, share this video. Check out the links below. Pound that like button. Bang that bell button. And click on all those squares there. See ya.